Welcome to Magical Flavor Explosion in your face. My name is Kevin, and today we're going to be making shepherd's pie. The first thing you're probably saying to yourself is, wow, his hair is amazing. The second thing you're probably saying to yourself is, what's shepherd's pie? Shepherd's pie classically is a dish made with lamb and carrots and peas and mashed potatoes all baked together into a really yummy comfort food. We are going to be doing more of a down-home, lower scale, poor people's version of shepherd's pie. We're not going to use lamb. We're going to use ground beef. Let's begin. I probably should put some effort into making my kitchen look like it should be on a cooking show. This kitchen is small and not super practical with old ass cabinets. Why even try? My cats are destroying everything. Some people like to put cats in their shepherd's pie. I think that that's a little grisly. Let's begin with a dirty ass cast iron skillet. The dirtier, the better. If I can't see the last 3 meals you cooked in it, I don't want it. There's about 2 pounds of ground beef, and I've got this on high heat. I'm going to add some crudely chopped red onions. I'm going to add a whole bunch of paprika, about a tablespoon of salt, some garlic powder. Just season the hell out of it, basically. I'm just making this up as I go along, really. Some black pepper. Some thyme. Some rosemary. Make sure and knock shit all over the stove. Get into it, you know? Like, if you're gonna do it, fucking destroy your kitchen. Okay, once your beef is nice and brown, we're going to add about a cup of water with some flour, like maybe like a couple tablespoons of flour dissolved into it. We call that a slurry. Well, I didn't do a very good job, but get all the chunks of flour dissolved. Just right in there, and you want all of that nasty grease. The fat is going to work with the flour and water and turn this into an amazing gravy. So I want to lower this heat down to like low medium, and we're going to let this simmer for like 20 minutes. Again, splash it around as much as possible. Like, after you're done making this, you're going to need to hire a maid. Alright, next, let's boil up some potatoes. Magic. I decided to use red potatoes, and I leave the skin right on them because I think the skin is delicious. Just mash it all up. Make sure that your potatoes are not wet. Like, let all the extra moisture steam off. Anytime you're dealing with starches, you can easily get like a gross texture if your potatoes are wet. I'm using almond milk because that's all I have. You can use milk. You can use water if you want to. But some sort of milk gives out a little more of a creamy vibe, which I think is what you want in your mashed potatoes. I'm actually going to put in an egg yolk. Just pull the whites away. Stir that egg yolk in. You know what? I've got so much mashed potatoes here, I think I need a second egg yolk. about a half a stick of butter. Just let that melt right in there. And also cream cheese. Blech. The cream cheese, I don't always add cream cheese to my mashed potatoes, but for this particular dish, the cream cheese is going to sort of do something extra special in the oven. Now this is a pretty rich dish. I did decide to use low-fat cream cheese, but don't use like zero-fat cream cheese. That's fine if you want to spread that on a bagel or something, but you want a little bit of the fat. That's the whole purpose of it. And if it's like some weird chemical zero-fat cream cheese that's made out of plastic or something, just skip it. If you're trying to make this a lower calorie thing, fuck the cream cheese. Alright, go ahead and set your oven to 375 degrees and get a nice baking pan out. I'm using disposables because I'm actually taking this to a party this evening, and I like to waste things, so I'm using disposables. Your first layer is going to be your beef. Again, just splash it all over the counter. I'm not the cleanest cook in the world, but also I'm trying to film this and cook at the same time, and it's more difficult than I imagined it would be. I need a cameraman. Okay, so I'm putting down like about an inch layer of beef on the bottom. The next layer is going to be peas and carrots. And these are frozen. A nice layer of peas and carrots. Some people like to mix those into the beef. I like to keep it like its own special layer. So I'm going to keep it separate. And then your final layer is mashed potatoes, of course. A nice layer of mashed potatoes on top. Oh my god, this is going to be so freaking delicious. Alright, and then we're going to pop that in the oven for about 30 minutes. Okay, I know I said oven at 375. That was a lie. I ended up cranking the heat way up because the potatoes weren't really cooking like I wanted them to. It's about 30 minutes later. And basically let this cool for a moment and slice it up into squares and serve it. Also, yes, this is a Santa Claus cookie jar. My Christmas tree is still up too, and it's May. Don't judge me. Ah, shepherd's pie. A low-fat, super healthy... No, it's not. But I think if you're in the mood for an indulgence, something rich, make it from scratch. Make it in your own kitchen, with whole ingredients. Don't feed your kids crap. Serve them up a hot shepherd's pie. Or take this to a party. It's a big hit. And that's another edition of Magical Flavor Explosion in your face.